Hello, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Nashua High School South for this evening's playoff game in New Hampshire boys basketball Division I. It's the opening round, South hosting Memorial. I'm John Collins with Tom King, and Tom, you know why we're here.
Yes, I do. It's tourney time.
Yes, it is. That's what the slogan is on the back of the T-shirts that you just saw in the South Huddle. And so, was that a message that was delivered at the beginning of the season, or was it those T-shirts just issued?
I don't know. I haven't seen those T-shirts before, but I haven't looked to notice them. But don't forget, this is, they're back at it again. Home tournament game. Last year, the same thing, and they lost. They were upset by Trinity last year. They hope to make it a different outcome this time, because you know what? For the second straight year, they are in the same bracket with Nashua North.
South the 8th seed and Memorial the 9 seed, hence South just barely gets the home playoff game.
Yes, they beat Memorial in Manchester to get the home court to break the 8-9 tie. So both teams pretty evenly matched. Of course, Nashua South with the big scorer, number 12, DJ Frechette, and there he is, 2 points already on the board for DJ.
Backdoor feed from Kevin Janea was perfect. It was a bounce pass, Tom. You're not a huge fan of the bounce pass, but that was perfect as he caught two defenders napping.
Well, perfect, because he was all alone. You can't miss with that bounce pass if it's
right,
soft
he's
enough.
by himself.
That should be something Memorial cannot allow to happen. They have to cover. If I'm Memorial, I want to cover DJ Frechette and have everybody else try to beat me. Jack Quirk, who's back for his second tour of duty with the Crusaders. I want Frechette blanketed. Let the other players beat you.
Yes.
Put the pressure on some of the other guys on South.
Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always thought of Memorial as a team that was clad in a red uniform. No?
Their colors have been red and black.
Red and black.
Yeah.
And got some navy or something going on
here
today.
maybe it's. I always thought it was black, but I guess it's kind of a dark navy.
Yeah.
So they've got the red sneakers. See the red in the sneakers?
Oh,
for
yes.
most of them?
Yeah. So Memorial looking for their first points. We're just underway here. 8-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school girls and boys basketball. Pretty good crowd on hand here, Tom. Everybody seemingly was outdoors today. It was an unbelievably balmy 80 or something.
John, let me tell you something. I bet there's a possibility that for the winter basketball quarterfinals, the temperature may be warmer than it might be than the baseball quarterfinals this spring. How about that? Huh?
You know what? You could be right.
Very possible.
Because
it's very possible. Early June, anything can happen.
This weather was just.
This is outlandish.
Yeah, it was.
And the problem with this weather is, while you like it, and it's a nice preview of things to come, it's going to make 50 degrees seem like, ice cold.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about this.
As Red Sox broadcaster Jerry Remy said when he heard about today's weather, he said they should save it for the Red Sox home opener on April 11th because doubtful you get this nice a day.
Right, you're freezing.
A month from now.
Right.
There's the three-point attempt from downtown. It's in and out. Still a 2-0 lead as both free throws were missed there by Memorial. Underneath the basket, the reverse put in is good. We got a tie game at 2-2 as Memorial's Brandon Scott lays it in. Actually, was that 22? That was Malo Rumraj. Excuse me, it was Malo that got the shot. Frechette's stop and pop from near the foul line.
That's usually a shot he makes.
That was a quality look at the basket for DJ Frechette. In the corner it goes. Jake Carrier. Nice bounce pass inside to Brandon Scott. And that one's going to go South's way. That call. And 2-2 game. Chance for Memorial to take their first lead there goes by the boards as Kevin Janeo, captain of the offense, brings it across half court, goes to his right, hands it off to DJ Frechette looking for an opening, splits the defense, lays it up and in.
No foul
before he left the
floor. Right, exactly. But there's another example. That's almost the same play that he scored on earlier. This time he did it on his own without the assist.
So an inbounds
Yeah,
play.
look at that.
Oh, that was an easy pass to Max Osgood, but he missed an even easier layup. Somehow South gets it back. Janeo driving, and before the shot, another basket.
Well, these great shots that South's hitting after the whistle. You know, it's frustrating for the Panthers. 2-2 the score.
On a night when a lot is going on in Nashua sports. Nice shot from the outside. Xavier Williams nails one.
Williams, no hesitation, the left-handed shot.
Up top is Paul Rudolph. And out of bounds.
Yeah, still Memorial
Knocked
ball.
out of bounds
Janeo
by-
knocked it out.
Yep.
But that's good aggressive defense by South.
Blanketing the ball. This
I
time.
just don't think, though, John, that South's players have been able to buy in to the defensive style that Nate Maswell likes.
Long pass from Frechette to Williams for two.
They like the open floor transition game. When it comes down to making a big stop, they seem to have had problems doing that this year.
7-2 lead for South here in the first quarter. A jumper from three-point territory for Brandon Scott doesn't fall. And now South has a chance to add to their 5-point lead as Xavier Williams and Kevin Janeo trade possession. Ryan Pencala with it to Janeo. Janeo stumbles a bit. Frechette in rhythm for three.
Bang from
Oh, boy.
Frechette open again.
He's
You
an emotional player. and-
But you gotta have, if you're Memorial, how many times does it take to see South play to know just put somebody on Frechette and have him blanketed at all times? Don't give him that kind of room.
Memorial cannot answer back three-pointer for three-pointer, and now South has a chance to continue their momentum as
look at-
Pencala lays it home.
Look at this aggressive play by South, going to the basket. Memorial defensive lapses. They're up 12-2, South is.
A 10-point advantage here in the first quarter of the first round playoff game at Nashua High South. There you see the story. Just over 3.5 minutes into this game at South High School. Mentioned a lot of going on in Nashua sports tonight. North, Tom, hosting
They're hosting
the
Alvern,
bottom seed, Alvern.
number 16. North,
Yeah.
of course, was in the same position that Alvern is. Well, not the same position, but they were a low seed. They were the 15th seed. They went to Manchester to play powerful Central, and they knocked them off last year in the first round.
Right.
Alvern comes into North, the 16th seed. The Titans are number 1 at 15-3, and early score from there. Alvern had a 5-0 lead, and South has just rattled off 13 in a row to take a 13-5 lead.
North did.
North,
Yeah.
midway through the first quarter. So North up 13-5.
Well, we're hoping that North takes care of business there so that we can pick up their act in the second or third round of this
Well, it
tournament.
would be a North-South quarterfinal, John, if both
Will it?
teams win, yes.
No kidding. So that's how it sets up. Newsflash. Could be a North-South quarterfinal. And the hard-working bucket for Memorial that time. Number 5, Paul Rudolph, the junior guard, able to get that second chance basket. Janeo with an acrobatic jump shot. Got a double pumped in midair. 12-4 game. South is up by 8.
South with the run and jump offense. They're not taking much time once they get down the floor to shoot.
Brandon Scott will inbound it for the Crusaders, and Rudolph will walk it up the court, or slow jog it. Jake Carrier flings a cross-court pass to Nick Filbert, and Carrier's going to shoot this one. Missed badly, but a great putback play by Brandon Scott.
Scott is doing a lot of dirty work for Memorial right now. He's been very active on the floor.
Who does he remind you of a
He
little
reminds
bit?
me of Linton, Alonzo Linton.
Linton, the star for North. Yes, he does.
He's got a lot of the same inside moves.
And he just lost the handle there. Looked like Scott was contesting the call by the official.
Well, yeah, of course, Johnny would. He didn't hit the floor by accident.
Right.
And I don't think he slipped. I think he was tripped.
He was tripped.
And if he did slip, then they've got to wipe the floor down.
Ronald Martin, number 35
Foul
out
away
there.
from the basket, right from the ball.
Colin Morrow newly into the game for South as well, number 22.
I think he got called with a foul.
Yeah. Jake Carrier will inbound it for Memorial and let Paul Rodolph do the ball handling for the Crusaders. First quarter action. Pass inside and a second chance basket for Malo Rumraj, the 6-foot senior.
He's got a big reach, doesn't he?
He does. Very athletic underneath.
Right,
DJ Frechette, speaking of athletic.
Yep.
Gets it up.
He was bumped from behind.
He was fouled on the way to the basket, but not before the not until. Yeah, he was on the floor when he got fouled, they say.
Yeah, he got bumped from behind as he was dribbling to the right of, to the left of the lane. Looks like for Memorial, it's going to be Jake Carrier's job to basically stay with Frechette.
Frechette, the three-pointer.
Yeah, and Carrier didn't get over there in time.
DJ Frechette with that elite three-point shooting ability on display here in the first quarter. He's got a pair. Good ball movement by Memorial, pick up an easy bucket.
Yeah, and I think that
it was Rodolph that got loose underneath.
I think Scott got away with a travel.
DJ Frechette, who can do the ball handling, as you see. Alex Amigo tried to pass it underneath. Fortunate for South, they got the ball back as the passing lane was clogged. 15-10, South up by 5. Alex Amigo holding the ball way out up top. Morrow. Janeo, whistle, travel. 15-10. There you see the score and the time remaining. First quarter here on Nashua ETV. John Collins with Tom King.
South a little out of sync offensively right now. One of the reasons why is they've had a few new players come into the game.
Clean block by Xavier Williams. Stymies the drive by Memorial, but this time
baseline. Good
Rodolph
move along the baseline by Rumraj.
Rodolph draws the foul and will go to the line.
Rumraj set a nice pick right down low for Rodolph to go right along the baseline and take it to the hoop. All those little things you need to do to free up your best athletes.
Morrow checks out and Penkela checks into the game. Rodolph to shoot his second free throw. Makes it. Penkela inbound. DJ Frechette now bringing the ball down court. Going to work. Elevates off the glass and in. It's the DJ Frechette show in the first quarter at Nashua High South here in this playoff game.
Boy, they cannot stay with him, can they?
No, they have no answer for Frechette right now. Long shot by Carrier doesn't go. And
Carrier's
somehow
not helping them any.
Brandon
He's missed
Scott,
a couple of long-range shots. He's letting Frechette burn them.
inside. Boy, Rumraj has got the hops, but he hasn't been able to finish a couple from in tight. Long shot for Scott, rattles in and out.
In and out, in and out, in and out. Let's see what they do here.
Here goes Frechette.
Carrier's not on.
He's going to just go Stephen Curry on him, but he can't get it to go. The putback by Max Osgood.
Osgood, great second chance basket. They changed up. Memorial did. They had Santiago, I believe, on Frechette.
Nearly a set shot from the corner for 3 for Jake Santiago, doesn't go. Williams misses the layup drill. DJ Frechette gets a second chance.
Boy, what a missed opportunity for South. They had 2 players who could have laid that ball right in.
Yeah.
Missed it. 19-11, we're near the end of the first quarter, as you see. 32.8 ticks on the clock remaining. Timeout with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Why waste your timeouts in that time? I don't understand it. You're gonna talk to him in 30 seconds. You know?
Yeah.
You're gonna talk to them in 30 seconds. Why waste your timeout at that time?
Let me ask you this: do they give them too many timeouts to work with? It seems like there's an endless supply when you watch an NBA game.
Yeah, well,
Time out.
You know, I don't know how many they get.
How about hockey? They give you one timeout.
Yeah, one timeout. I know. Basketball is a lot of timeouts, so you set up plays. And a lot of things like that. In the NBA, you move the ball from. You're able to move the ball from underneath to half court.
Well, you get so many timeouts in basketball, you have the luxury of using them to retain possession to avoid a jump ball sometimes. You know, just burn a quick one.
Right. But here it's just ridiculous to take a timeout with 30 seconds left.
Memorial attacking the offensive board.
They know what to do with the ball.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a set play for 30 seconds to go, call it out so they hear it, and they'll run it for you. You don't need to talk to them.
Tom's like that movie where they go, badges? We don't need no stinking badges. We don't need no stinking timeouts.
Not with 30 seconds left.
Carrier with a pretty three-pointer.
Comes through finally, and that's the end of the first quarter. And they get to talk to them all over again.
19-14, that three-pointer tightened it up quite a bit.
Do you think they needed a timeout to tell Carrier to shoot that
Maybe
three-pointer?
they did tell him that.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, too.
You know,
fresh 8 minutes goes up on the scoreboard for the second quarter of play here. It's the opening round of the NHIAA tournament for boys Division I basketball. It's the 8-seed South hosting the 9-seed Memorial here at Nashua
There you
High
see
South.
ESPN New Hampshire doing the game.
There's my buddy Pete Terrier in the baseball cap.
No, that's not Pete Terrier.
That is not Pete Terrier?
No, that's Mike Beliveau.
Oh, that's Mike Beliveau.
Yes, that's the former South Eagle football coach.
Oh, good call.
Mike Beliveau and then Nick Anastas doing the play-by-play.
Okay.
On the left-hand side.
I'm used to seeing Pete over there, so I made that false assumption.
No, the team, their regular team are those two guys.
So we will have an inbound play now for Ryan Penkela to begin the second quarter of play here at Nashua High South. 5-point lead for the Panthers. Osgood's pass was deflected, it looked like, but it gets to Penkela, and now Janeo, now Frechette. Everybody getting a touch here in this opening possession of the second quarter. Great court vision by Frechette.
Yeah, he does more than just score. He can really distribute the ball well.
Max Osgood with the easy put in by himself there, receiving that bounce pass. Carrier, who just hit a three-pointer to end the first quarter, and that bullet pass reminds me of one of those passes from Tom Brady to a rookie receiver where it's just a little bit too hot to handle, goes through his fingertips, and incomplete. So South ball again. DJ Frechette, star of the game so far, clearly. Can shoot, can pass. Now he directs traffic as he walks across half court. Xavier Williams with it. Speaking of football references, there's a bounce pass from Janeo, finds Osgood, left hand.
Osgood doing a lot of play down low for the Panthers. He's really been a good weapon tonight for them.
Efficient ball movement and finish on these plays on offense for South has produced a nice lead. That one's off the glass, and then speaking of left-handed shots by Scott.
Great Scott.
He was there, and Penkela
blocked it out of bounds.
Whistle for knocking it out of bounds off of him after his shot was blocked. Is that the type of hair that that receiver for the Giants has? What's his name?
Beckham?
Beckham, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Zach Lubin, number 13 from Memorial. Tom elected not to wear his hair like that.
No,
tonight.
I asked for it the last time. They said, no, we don't think it would look good.
DJ Frechette skied for that rebound. Janeo finds Osgood, and again,
the big guy underneath. Just roll the tape over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, Osgood down low, he's got 8 points.
Osgood is good underneath. Carrier gets it into the corner.
All within 3 feet of the basket.
Yeah. And the runner is good for Paul Rodolph. Underneath, off the glass and in. Janeo makes it look easy.
South's pace right now as they lead 27-18.
That was the NBA All-Star Game defense being played by Memorial.
Memorial is just not doing it.
Frechette has the ball handed to him, literally. Now he's down court. being checked from behind, and he lays it in. DJ Frechette turning this into a
he can drive through a
playground game that he's dominating.
This is it. He can drive through 3 or 4 defenders.
Playing some catch now. Memorial looking for an answer here to this South
their
defense.
answer's got to come on the other end of the floor.
In and out, and the putback. Jake Carrier with great elevation.
That's a big play, Carrier.
Carrier's a junior for the Crusaders.
They took Carrier off of Frechette, if you notice that. They have a smaller player on him right now, I think because of the quickness issue.
Under 5 minutes to go, first half. 9-point lead for South. They turn it over, though, on the traveling call.
Memorial's playing a straight man, and as I said earlier, they put Santiago on him. Santiago's 5'8", okay? Jose Santiago. And DJ Frechette, let's see if it says here.
6'1".
6'1". So you're giving away 4 inches.
He plays taller than 6'1", though, clearly.
He does.
They had a movie that came out, must be like 25 years ago, called White Men Can't Jump. Did not apply to DJ Frechette.
So Jose Santiago, it's Jake Santiago.
3-pointer from downtown for Memorial. So they
trying to stay in it.
Yeah, narrow the deficit to 6 as Frechette goes to work. And he'll shoot it from there. Wow.
And the fuego on fire.
Yeah.
He just can't miss.
32-23.
Got him for 13 points already.
Torching Memorial with that shooting and passing and rebounding. The catch and shoot for Memorial, that doesn't go. Rohan Patel, the South center, doing a great job underneath. Williams in rhythm from the corner, long on the shot. Penkela rebound, gets it back out to Frechette. Did a good job of reaching out and keeping that one from going into the backcourt. Williams has it up top to Penkela, looking for an open teammate. Right now, nobody is open as Lubin guards him. Janeo now going one-on-one off of a pick. Memorial slides on defense to deal with that. That was a Rohan Patel, a pick and roll. And a little bit of a rock and roll as he really delivered the body rocking contact, and he draws a foul. It was kind of messy, Rohan, after you got
messy, but what an effort.
Yeah.
Because he stayed with it. He really got rewarded for his hard work down low.
I lost track of which player he ran into, but the lesson there was don't mess with the Rohan.
That's right.
Because he's a big dude. Listed as 6'3".
But see, this is how much this team has evolved.
Yeah.
Since we saw them in the Christmas tournament. All right. They have, Patel was the main offensive player for them, or tried to be in that Christmas tournament. They tried to post him up a lot. They don't do that much anymore. He's a role player now. And they have evolved.
Well, that's
true. They have got Patel doing the things he does well, the Osgood type dirty work down low, and the picks, the rebounding, and the defense. And they've got, they've developed Frechette, they've developed Janeo, they've developed a few other players, Osgood, a lot of guys. So they are a much better team now than they were back when they couldn't score out of the 20s in that Christmas tournament game against Merrimack.
Nice shot of the fans here at Nashua South watching this Wednesday, March 9 game here in 2016. It's the boys Division I basketball tournament here in New Hampshire. Opening round has South hosting Memorial, and as you can see, South's up by 9. Or make that, they're up by 9, 32-23. As Memorial is all ready and set to shoot their free throws, they just need South to come back out onto the floor. South coached by Nate Masroll and his assistants Raymond DeRusha and John Bourgeois and Greg Montine. Head coach of Memorial is Jack Quirk, assisted by Mark Telge. Both teams with 4 fouls, so 2 fouls to give. And Rohan's first free throw is good. What, we have a lane violation? Wow.
Yep.
I think Rohan might have stepped on the line there when he shot that 1-and-1, so.
Yeah, it's not like the Biddy game we did the other night where they can move a little closer to the foul.
Yeah. I don't know, understand why that was a 1-and-1 if on the penalty. What a shot from downtown by Roomraj. The sophomore, Michael Roomraj.
It wasn't a one-on-one, John. He made the lane violation, and that takes away the opportunity altogether.
Gotcha. Patel.
Nice back move.
Wow.
Backdoor play.
Didn't know he had that in his repertoire.
Me neither. Needed a Memorial.
So things going from bad to worse for Memorial as far as their defense is concerned. As South's players scoring at will. The turnaround shot doesn't fall. Max Osgood got a couple fingers on it, and that was enough to push it to Janeo in the corner. Kevin with the defense's back turn. Couldn't find enough of an opening, so he'll back it out and feed it to Colin Morrow. Morrow being guarded by Nick Philibert. Frechette with an impossible scoop shot over the head, kind of.
You know, he made that a lot harder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
He had a clear lane.
He has an obligation to his fans, though.
I guess so. He had a clear lane and decided to go with the left hand in traffic where he could have veered to the right and gone all the way to the hoop.
You know what he hasn't done tonight? The only thing he really hasn't done, and I have photographic proof. Dunk.
Right.
Saw this great photo.
Who took that
in
photo?
The photo, and so DJ Frechette basically taking the basketball and scraping the ceiling with it before it
jammed. Through the air with the greatest of ease.
And he is capable of doing that if you let him get loose ahead of the field. Breakaway situation. Look out. Lubin gets the rebound, though, as we sing
like
DJ's praises,
North,
and he misses the free throw.
Who's like that for North is Hale.
Hale.
Hale's
right.
just like that with the breakaway. He'll go up and jam it.
Bring the house down.
And like Frechette, he can hit from the outside.
Janeo with it. Yeah, a lot of talent on that North team. I can't, Nate Hale, it's hard to believe a play like that could possibly be forgotten for a moment. But
oh, look at this. Osgood again.
Osgood, and he waits for the defense to go by.
10 points for Osgood. He just had to wait for traffic to clear, as it usually does for somebody who's his size, and he lays it in.
Shot for three, in and out.
Boy, the Crusaders, John, they're just not into this game right now on the defensive end, and it's hurting them on the offensive end.
Frechette elevates. Offensive foul. Michael Roomraj had established position, according to the officials. Memorial's got a good one there in Michael Roomraj. He's just a sophomore. He's having an impact here in this Division I playoff game. Where's number 12 for Memorial? He flings it underneath the floater. Rodolph can't get it to go, and a foul is called against the Crusaders. Against Paul Rodolph. .112 remaining first half. A 10-point lead for South. Feels like more.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah. That's what makes Nate Mazerow nervous, I'm sure.
No, as long as his team plays defense.
Yeah, oh, that's true. That's the key.
That's the key for them is defense.
KG. Pass to Williams deflected by Zach Lubin, out of bounds. Under
Final
a minute left now.
As you see there, the first half. A very quick first half, by the way.
Did you go outside at all today in that sun, in that balmy
took a little,
weather?
Checked out the backyard. A tree branch, a huge one. All of a sudden I hear this thud. And I didn't even think
while
about...
you were out there, Phil?
While I was out. And I didn't even think about... No, not while I was out, but inside. And then I walk out to come here, and it's 6:30, and there's this huge tree branch in my walkway.
Wow.
I'm like, good Lord, good thing you didn't hit the wire. It's right near the wire. Good thing you didn't hit the wire. It would have knocked out the power easily.
Yeah.
The whole bit. I mean, don't know what causes that. All of a sudden the weather turns warm.
Not in the weather we had today. I don't know what causes that. Yeah.
Right.
DJ Frechette, who got clotheslined there away from the ball, got to go to the line and shoot a pair to add to South's lead. They're up 12 now with 53 seconds to go. As Nick Beal inbounds it, Jake Carrier Dribbles it down court. Carrier thought about shooting it. They do have plenty of time. Will shoot it.
Nope.
Long on the shot.
Way too long.
And Max Osgood did some nice work to direct that rebound to
Memorial's
Kevin
getting
Janeo.
away offensively for what worked for them, and that was their baseline game.
Williams is up top with the basketball. Ryan Penkela. Frechette. He's had a terrific first half. Thinking about going to work here. Looked like he was about to shoot it from where he is. Taking the time off the clock, working for the last shot. Nearly lost the handle. A dribbling display by DJ Frechette will shoot the three and make it.
Yep.
What a play by DJ Frechette. 41-26 at the buzzer.
Gives the Crusaders a lot to think about going into the locker room, doesn't it?
And college coaches will want a copy of this DJ Frechette highlight video as we go to halftime.
No doubt about it. And that is
15-point lead for the Panthers.
That is a dagger that we'll have to see how Memorial recovers from that in the second half.
Which will come up right after this break. Stay with us here on Nashua ETV. Yes, I know why we're here. We're here to watch DJ Frechette light up the gymnasium. John Collins with Tom King as we begin the second half of this boys Division I basketball playoff game here at Nashua High South. South leads it by 15 points, 41-26. What a first half for the Panthers in one.
Well, it was the DJ Frechette slash Max. Don't forget Max Osgood, too.
Yes. It was a team effort, too. I mean, a lot of great movement and defense to produce that 15-point lead, and somehow the basketball not falling through the hoop for Memorial as Malo Rumraj misses from in deep, and then
I'm telling you,
a layup drill.
If you're Jack Quirk, you got to be like, what is going on with our defense? I mean, we're not even playing any. This kid, Frechette, has got 19 already. He's slicing and dicing his way through, and when he doesn't do that, he bombs it from the outside wide open. Frechette is putting on a clinic.
Memorial with ball movement. Three-point attempt is no good. Jake Carrier does a nice job of getting the rebound, but he slapped away by Xavier Williams. And Kevin Janeo with the basketball.
All right, they've got another player. They got the third player.
Oh.
They've got their third player on Frechette, and that's going to be Rodolph.
Another miss by Memorial. Look at Carrier sky for that rebound and save the ball. Offensive foul. It looked like it was called, or was it? No. I thought I saw the signal for offense, but no, it was just he was pointing at the defender who got called for the blocking foul. So a chance
will go to the line.
Yeah, Philibert with a chance for a three-point play.
But Memorial, I think, is very interesting to note. They've got their third different player on DJ Frechette.
Janeo has it stolen from behind. Frechette avoiding the foul. Actually didn't avoid the foul.
No,
he made contact a few steps later.
Just before he was able to back away.
So Nick Philibert will do the inbound pass here. Finds Mike Rumraj. Two long strides, but the ball again doesn't fall for Memorial.
Boy, that's one of the better offensive moves we've seen them have today. The clear path to the basket, and it still doesn't fall.
Janeo. Couple of changes of direction. Frechette, are you kidding me?
Oh, no, he's not. He is dead serious.
Wow.
22.
I mean, he launches sometimes. It doesn't even look like his eyes are locked fully on the basket.
Incredible.
There's a long attempt for Memorial as they try to answer back and cannot. Janeo trying to dribble away from a double team, finds Frechette. And he throws it up, or actually was passing it. I don't know if they're going to put him at the line or not. He seemed to be in. No, non-shooting foul. Ryan Penkala, Max Osgood, Xavier Williams, Kevin Janeo, and DJ Frechette, your 5 players on the court for South. Brandon Scott, Mike Malo Rumraj, Paul Rodolph, Jay Carrier for Memorial. Turnaround for Osgood.
Yeah,
short.
That was the toughest one that Osgood has had. He was covered, double teamed in the paint.
Rodolph pushing the pace. Carrier needs this to fall.
Well, it's an 18-point South lead.
And they do get 2 out of it. So cuts it to 16 as Janeo in the corner. Williams thought about it, gives it back to Kevin. Calling the play. And Kayla came all the way out to get it. DJ Frechette, also with the stamina of a marathon runner, by the way. Williams is open in the corner for 2.
Nails it.
Oh, they call it a 3.
An improbable 3. You don't see too many from Xavier Williams, but you get it there. And that's what South can use. The more those other players do it, the more they have to pay attention and worry about, and then DJ kind of falls through the cracks once in a while. But back and forth they go, trading baskets. And Memorial can't afford to trade baskets. Penkala with the layup.
Yeah, Penkala after Brandon Scott did a pretty dipsy-do lay-in for Memorial.
Just horrible defense by Memorial. John.
Yeah, almost non-existent.
Yeah, really, it is. They get beaten down the floor.
Right.
And then even when they're there, they can't make the plays.
And there's the lay-in for Rodolph. So 51-34, 17-point difference. And South will be quite content to trade baskets from here on out. Penkala, Williams. I'm trying to pay attention more and say,
now Carrier's on Frechette.
Look at Williams wide open in the corner.
Bang.
Is Memorial really that bad, or is this South shooting percentage off the charts right now?
South shooting percentage is good, but Johnny was open.
He was wide open.
He was wide open.
They're trying to press the ball.
Lead.
They're trying to press the ball, but South consistently finding the one wide open teammate. So we got to credit them on that. They're making Memorial look bad. It's not like
54-34.
Wow.
South is 11:49 away from a quarterfinal matchup. We got a halftime score with Nashua North. They're up 33-21 over Alvern.
So pulling away.
Both teams keeping their end of the bargain.
In the corner, the catch and shoot, no good. Carrier snatches the rebound for 2. 18-point game again. Frechette with it. Sideline, Williams will shoot it from there. Gives it back to Sean Holland. Frechette for 2.
In and out.
Carrier with it in traffic. Carrier's going to go all the way. Doesn't fall. Doesn't get a call either. And now we have a whistle, and it looks like
foul on the Panthers.
Osgood might
Yeah,
get
looks
called.
like it from the look on his face.
Oh, 2-1 they said. Maybe Sean Holland.
Yep.
So Memorial will inbound this thing. Third quarter action. And Memorial loses the ball in traffic.
Boy, what an ugly possession by Memorial, huh?
And we have foul on the floor before the shot.
Crusaders just cannot get a clean shot or a clean playoff, but they're getting the benefit of the foul calls. Catch and shoot doesn't go.
Loose ball.
They're still fighting for it, and I think it's going to be their ball again.
You're right. They got the possession arrow
This
at
is
the moment.
unbelievable. Whoa, Ricky Deschard keeps his balance. No, they're all moving down the other way.
Oh, it is South
South's ball.
Yeah.
Well, yep, South's ball.
Ricky Dishard, who's done so many of these big games on Nashua TV, and good official. We don't usually comment on the officials, but we should
I always
give credit. Yeah, I know. Well, by name and stuff.
Right.
But DJ Frechette right on line, and Max Osgood with the put in.
Tell you, 12 for Osgood.
20-point lead again for South.
2:34 left.
Well, that's where Memorial's ball movement was excellent as they get the lay in. Emmanuel Alessandro, number 23 in the game for Memorial with that basket. Morrow's shot misses.
Looked good, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was headed in.
Looked good.
Memorial.
Crusaders just got to whittle it down, and they get it under 20, which is a big deal.
Brandon Scott makes it a 16-point game, so slight progress there from Memorial, but third quarter.
I didn't see exactly as it's a 16-point game. I think Nate called that timeout. Yes, he did. He called a 30-second timeout. You know why, John? He
didn't like what he saw?
Well, he saw his team get beat down the floor defensively twice for 2 easy baskets.
Right.
You want to put a stop to that right away, because what that tells you is that they're kind of lax with the 20-point lead, and they think, okay, we don't have to play defense as hard as we, that hard, because we're in control. And that's what he wants to put a stop to.
If I'm Nate too, I think I might give DJ Frechette 2-minute rest plus the third quarter break here. Up 16,
Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
Because he might
His
be one of
legs
the players
are tired. You can tell he doesn't have the same flair in the second half of this quarter as he had in the first, right after that halftime break.
But they don't pay me to be the head coach of a high school basketball team. That's why Frechette's coming back out on the floor. Talk. They pay me to put up with you.
That is true.
Penkela and DJ Frechette. He's like, are you kidding? I'm not coming out of this game. I'm in fuego. Tom King said so.
Yep.
Look at this dribbling display. And a foul called. That's kind of ticky-tack.
They just can't.
I take back what I said about ticky-tack.
No, that was ticky-tack.
Actually, he didn't call that.
That was ticky-tack.
Yeah, a little bit of a bump.
56-40, as you see there, 1:55 to play in the period.
You see more hard bumps than that in the Owls at Market basket. Frechette, if that ever went in, he was in the stands by the time that hit the rim. And here comes Memorial, and nearly a fastball underneath. Wow, looked like
he
pitcher
had to get rid of it, because one more step as he was leaning would have been a travel.
Nice
and
feet.
Memorial has cut it to 14.
And clean block.
Oh my!
Nick Philibert denies South a shot there, and Philibert's going to shoot that one. Wow, he was feeling it. Jay Carrier's putback attempt no good, but Zach Lubin with the basket.
Guess what? 12-point game.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, the Crusaders are using momentum, and Nate Mazerow again calls timeout. Still, what do you see? They're getting beaten down the floor defensively.
For the first time in this game.
Right.
Memorial going on a run. And, Nate didn't like what he saw there, but he's also, you can kind of tell by his body language and his approach that there are runs that teams go on. Every basketball game has them. And here now, Memorial's going on a little bit of a run here.
DJ Frechette bending over. Just looks kind of tight. Takes the water. Just looks kind of gassed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
From behind, just the body language. It just looks like he's tired.
Yeah.
And I believe he's going to. Is he going to sit down? No. He's going to get more water. Let's see. He's going to sit.
Oh yeah, he is.
He is going to sit. We got 5 South players on the floor. He's not one of them. Probably a good idea. Rest him at the end of the third quarter, as a lot of teams do with their star players on all levels of basketball, to get them fresh for the fourth.
Alex Amigo's in for DJ Frechette. Number 40, he's got the ball right now.
We got ourselves a game now, John Collins.
Yeah.
It's a 12-point game. South would like to up that ante going into the fourth quarter. They don't want to go in on a down note. Almost a turnover. They did turn it over.
Well, how about that play by Emmanuel Alessandro, a super sub for Memorial. He stole it, and then it bounced off the foot of Xavier Williams and went out of bounds. So Memorial's momentum continues as they try to get this down to a 10-point game again. Driving shot, no good. Ball batted around. Everybody had a hand on it, seemed, and Osgood comes away with it. Kevin Janeo dribbling away from pressure, goes behind the back. Jake Carrier all over him. This is Williams. Has Jake Santiago in his face. Amigo, deflected pass, stolen by Memorial. Alessandro, coast to coast, gets fouled. And has a chance to hit some free throws here and make it a 10-point game.
8.3 as you see there on the clock.
And there you see the third quarter.
An 8-0 run by Memorial could be a 10-0 run if he makes these two.
Our cameraman tonight, Frank Wallen, doing an excellent job here on Nashua TV. Hits the first.
South had a 20-point lead with 3:49 left to play in the quarter. It's now down to 11.
Emmanuel Alessandro has a second free throw coming. Opening round of the NHIAA Division I Boys Basketball Tournament. North is in action against Alvern as we bring you this one.
Yeah,
North,
just
the
an
top
update.
seed. Yep.
An update from there, John. North has opened up a 20-point lead, 53-33, with about 5 minutes to play in the game. Fast game over there.
Oh, excellent work by North. The catch and shoot for Frechette at the buzzer. Tried to do what he had done earlier in the game, which was hit a three as time expired. We go to the fourth quarter. 56-45.
Wow.
11-point advantage for the Panthers.
11-point advantage in a game where you thought they had it in hand. Suddenly, quietly, if you haven't been paying attention, all of a sudden Memorial's crept back in this game. Should be an interesting fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Here at Nashua High South. You can watch any of our games anywhere, anytime online at nashua.easystream.com.
Maybe by the end of the game I'll have my voice back.
You're going to need it. Hockey's starting up pretty soon.
Hockey's already started. The tournament begins tonight with preliminary round games. There's only 4 of them.
I knew there was something
Yeah,
else
there's only
going
a couple of them in Division I. So.
And your top seed's not in action then?
No, BG will be in action Saturday afternoon at 3:40 at Skate 3 against the winner of Trinity Central.
Well, hopefully we can do that game. There's also a potential state championship game in the
that
offing
night, yep.
if BG girls can take care of business tomorrow night.
And a potential north-south, depending on what happens here and over at North.
What a Saturday.
Yeah.
Long shot, no good. Alex Amigo skies and gets that rebound as Kevin Janeo calls out a play. Amigo. DJ Frechette back in the game here to begin the fourth quarter. Splits the defense or tries to, gets his own rebound
Frechette,
and
there
scores.
He is. They got to get him back going. 23 for Frechette. Very quiet from the 4-minute mark on of the third quarter. North finally comes through with a bucket after going scoreless for the last 3:49 of the period.
DJ Frechette got
turned it
called
over.
for a foul.
I think what he did was he dribbled along the baseline.
Okay. Inbound play. Memorial long cross-court pass. Nick Philibert
right through traffic and allowed to get the shot off.
Drew a foul.
Still, it's an uphill battle for the Crusaders. You can only make so much of a comeback. You're down 13 now with 7.5, with just over 7 to play. You know, let's see if that tires them out.
As so often happens, the energy expended in coming back leaves you no gas in the tank once you get even. And Memorial hasn't even gotten even yet. And the momentum faltering. Xavier Williams didn't know who to pass to and was in danger of
5-second rule.
The 5-second rule violation, so he called a timeout. Because they have so many timeouts, you might as well burn a few.
He had no opening. Memorial was doing a good job of covering the two players who were supposed to receive those passes, and none of them were cutting up the floor.
It's like the owner or the chairman of Nike. You have so many millions, you just start giving them away, burning timeouts. And I brought up that analogy because I just saw what's his name, the guy that runs Nike, gave $40 million to Stanford, and he didn't even go to Stanford.
What's the allegiance to Stanford?
I guess he just likes the program. What's the guy's name? Phil something? The Nike chairman? Well, he's famous on the West Coast anyway. He's got a lot of money.
Now.
Yeah. Well, they got that team, is it Oregon that's always got the Nike stuff?
Right,
and
right.
That's where they're located, right? Portland?
Yep.
So he's spreading the wealth to other universities now. Amigo, speaking of 40, we have a whistle away from the ball, off camera.
This game is bogging down.
Oh, it's just moisture on the court, which you can see right there.
Yeah, there it is right there. Right. Time to get the mop out. Players off.
I hope you could see it at home. We have HD monitor system here.
Well, you know, I don't have
Wallen's
camera.
HD in my Yeah. Are you one of those settlers? I've seen that commercial.
I am a I settle for box TV.
You churn your own butter, make your own shirts.
I box TV, make my own hat.
I gotta say, that's a really clever commercial campaign.
It is.
But it's just on all the time. I've seen the settlers more often than
People
Seinfeld.
come by and walk by my house. They say, "Hi, Tom, how you doing?" I go, "Working the land."
That is just a straight pickoff right there. Bring Kayla's wayward inbound pass.
Oh, look at that move.
Philibert, who stole it, gets some help.
He got some help, all right, underneath.
Hey, they got two good sophomores in this Memorial team. Emmanuel Alessandro scores there. They also have the aforementioned Michael Rumraj. Frechette drives. How did that not go in?
I don't know, but that's a sign of what South's been going through lately. It's a
Long
9-point game.
That would have been big if
We are in
Memorial made
single
that one.
digits now. So they're slowly but surely whittling that lead down. 20-point lead, 56-36. With 3:49 left in the third period is now 58-49.
DJ's fouled.
You want an all ball there, but you're not going to get that call.
There was a lot of contact. We had a good look at that. Again, through Frank Wallen's lens, as he zeroes in on the scoreboard here, you can see it is only a 9-point lead at the moment for South, and Memorial Zach Lubin has some free throws to shoot here. He hits the first 8-point game. You know, that's something I noticed about DJ Frechette. In an earlier game this season, he was gnawing on that mouthpiece.
They all do that.
And he's not wearing one, I don't think.
No, he's got one on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it's.
Because I saw him actually, maybe he's able to talk around it because he didn't like that call. And maybe he's
nice play.
Small one. Frechette gets the rebound. I think I saw it there, actually. And good job by Memorial to snatch that one away. Nick Philibert has been playing big here in the second half. There's the feed for the Crusaders, and they are all kinds of back in this game.
They've had a lot of plays from that left side of the floor, layups during this run, and now it's a if I'm not mistaken, 7-point game.
Amigo with it. Williams going to work. South was up by 20.
Look at Frechette, he's out of the play, John.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's
long
way
shot.
behind.
In and out. Williams, who hit there from earlier.
Frechette simply checked out of that possession.
It could be fatigue.
I think it's got to be fatigue.
In the corner, and Crusaders hit.
My, it's a
three-pointer.
game.
And it's a 3-point game, a one-possession game in a game that South had led by 20.
And all you needed to see down the other end is DJ Frechette basically just check out of that possession. Whether it was fatigue, whether he wasn't supposed to be involved in the play and he wanted to make sure he was able to play defense, don't know, but you can't have your top player check out of a possession like that. You know? Defense wins you games. I'll give you that. As Steve Lane said to his team earlier this year, if you defend, you always have a chance. All right? But in the game of basketball, you need points. You got to have points. There's a balance there. And when your top scorer is not involved in a play in a tournament game down the stretch with 5.5 to play, or 5:48 as that shows, you know, that's not good.
Memorial's got 4 fouls to give, Tom. Only 2 team fouls. South's in the penalty. They have 7.
And that's not good for South in terms of down the stretch.
Frechette got fouled in the backcourt. Not a bad gamble by Paul Rodolph, as they have, as said, fouls to give. Going for the steal. Ryan Penkela will inbound it. Finds Janeo. Key possession for South, up by just 3 after leading by 20.
Nice pass.
What a feed from Janeo to Frechette.
He didn't check out that time.
No, back on the scoring track.
25.
60-55, South up by 5 points with 5:20 left to go in the game. Driving layup, baseline is good for Paul Rodolph.
Boy, is that side open or what?
Yeah.
That's been a problem. They have to attack from that side, the left side of to the hoop.
Janeo sprinting to the right, double team backs it out. Looking for a teammate in the corner. It's Frechette, baseline.
Offense,
contact.
no.
They're going to call a blocking foul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they're all contact fouls, no blocking foul.
Non-shooting foul. It's 4th foul as a team for Memorial, so they're still 3 away from the penalty. Frechette inbounds it to Max Osgood, who hasn't had a touch for a while. Frechette, the turnaround jumper, no good. Long rebound picked up by Alessandro in the corner. And Rodolph will bring it across midcourt. Philibert, Lubin, in rhythm, Rumraj, wow. 60-60, are you kidding me? A 20-point lead evaporates before our eyes.
24-4 run by the Crusaders.
Wow.
So
Xavier Williams with it.
It becomes a 4-minute basketball game.
How about that?
That is where we are at right now.
Penkela with it. In a game where we were criticizing Memorial for non-existent defense, somehow they have turned it around in dramatic fashion.
Shot.
Janeo gets fouled on the way to the basket.
Penkela gave up
no
an open
shot.
I like the ball movement, but Penkela, when you get an open shot right near the foul line, I think you need to take it.
So that's not going to be...
It should be a shooting foul.
Oh, okay, the shot after the foul
is
no good, is what I say, but it is a shooting foul. So Kevin Janeo to the line for some pressure-packed free throws all of a sudden. Junior guard hits the first one. Nice look at the student body to our left here at Nashua High South, along with the cheerleaders for the Panthers.
Final from North. The Titans win it 57-43 over Albany.
Congratulations to the Titans of Nashua North for advancing to the second round. The top seed with high hopes, taking on the winner of this one on Saturday. The catch and shoot for 3. And
Crusaders in front.
Unbelievably,
is that amazing?
Memorial leads this game.
And I still, John, don't know how they did it.
Janeo, long strides off the glass and in.
And we're tied
clutch
again.
Basket by Kevin Janeo ties this game up. Memorial playing some catch as they swing it around the key. Trying to match what he did a moment ago. Jake Santiago missed that one. That would have given his team a 2-point lead or a 3-point lead. 63-63.
3:14 to play. The stakes can't be any higher. Oh, and a bad pass. A lob. They thought Frechette was going to run down the floor. He didn't do it.
Memorial cannot capitalize on the giveaway, though, as it's an air ball.
So here we go with the Panthers.
Janeo tried to feed it to Osgood on the wing, but Zach Lubin got in the passing lane.
Lubin did a great job. He was late getting back, but he made it all the way down the floor and knocks it out of bounds. Looking for Shed. He is exhausted, John. He's bent over, took a deep breath. He is just exhausted. You know, it's a warm day, and that adds to it,
you're
you know?
It's like the old Boston Garden Gym. The turnaround by Frechette.
He somehow pulls it out, you know?
Who reaches down into the auxiliary gas tank and finds that turnaround jumper.
South leads.
They've got that lead back.
So important.
Lubin up top.
Oh, he's wide open. Oh,
and he hits it.
Carrier, I think.
It was Jake Carrier.
Uh-oh.
And Memorial's back up by a point. 66-65. 2.5 minutes left in this playoff game. This had the appearance of a blowout at one point earlier.
And now it's drama.
Yeah.
Lots of drama.
South has to deal with a full court press here. Kevin Janeo as Santiago backs off a bit.
Quirk didn't want him to back off. He wanted him to press him.
The stop and the pop. Long on the shot. Max Osgood doing great work underneath, but he can't get the putback to go.
What a difference a half makes. Those were going for him in the first half. Not so much now.
The Crusaders.
John, I got a bad feeling about this. Oh, no,
Frechette steals it. Bucket.
There it is. There's your dunk.
DJ Frechette slams it home, and he couldn't pick the better time, and he's down on the court. What's that about?
That might be a cramp.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That might be a cramp.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a cramp. The way he's moving it.
Yeah, that's dehydration.
Yeah, that's definitely dehydration.
Personified right there.
Yep.
DJ is doubly in pain because of what the game situation is.
Well, he's got his team.
You know, he does not want to come out of this, but the reason that he's in this predicament right now is because he didn't come out of this, except for maybe a minute or so.
I mean, that wasn't a cramp. It was an ankle. Maybe this is his left ankle.
Oh, maybe it was.
He's got to come out of the game, though, because he went down so hard, and now he's got to get water.
Yeah.
Gatorade.
67-66. Lisa Gingras talking to the students over here, Tom.
Yep, wants them to behave.
I don't know what was said, but I just gathered they were cheering enthusiastically.
She didn't like.
Yeah, I guess, you know, there's always a rogue comment here and there.
She heard something.
Yeah. So here comes Memorial. A 2-minute basketball game now for all the marbles. The winner advances, the loser's season ends. Rodolph with it. 1.5 minutes to go. They kick it outside. The shoot. Carrier missed.
Weak side rebound. Oh, nice block.
Penkela rejects it.
Yeah, that's a great play by Penkela because that looked like an easy bucket coming up from Memorial. South, a 1-point lead. 1:26 to play. Oh, my. Do not touch that remote.
The catch, the shoot, the miss. Memorial saves it. Somehow they get the ball back.
South got caught flat-footed on that play.
They did. Scott with it in the corner. Rodolph gets fouled as he drove baseline.
Janeo is going to get called for the foul because of the movement.
And you can see with 7 fouls, Rodolph will go to the line. 7 fouls against South.
But he put his elbow out. He kind of initiated the contact in a way, but not to the point where they could call it on him.
Right.
.128 left, South by a point.
It's deafening in here right now. If you like it during free throws. And in and out. Seemed to work. Janeo has it. Sprinting down court. Floats it. He tried to get the alley-oop to Williams, and he got stolen.
You don't need that kind of a play.
Rodolph for three.
And Memorial grabs a 2-point lead, their biggest of the game.
With a minute to go, they're up by 2.
Oh, that floater pass just didn't need to have to be made right there.
Frechette for three.
Oh, that's fatigue right there. He doesn't have the leg strength to make those anymore, John.
Slapped away,
South
and it goes
gets the
off
call.
a carrier.
Do they get the call?
They do get the call.
Yes, they do.
It's going to be South basketball. How about this?
2-point game.
South led this game by 20 points earlier, folks. They're down by 2 with a minute left. Or just under. Kevin Janeo has it. Clock is ticking. The pressure is on the Panthers. They must win to advance to a South-North quarterfinal, and we have a foul.
No, we got a ball that went to the top
Oh,
of
it
the
hit the
back.
top of the brackets.
Yeah. Yep. South just didn't play smart offensively these last 2 minutes, and it shows.
Yes.
You know?
Those easy baskets are a distant memory
yeah,
right
no
now.
kidding. Now let's see if they can press to get a turnover, but Memorial's too quick for that.
Jake Carrier's going to back it out.
2-point Memorial lead. Under a minute to play. Foul by South. They're going to go to the line. Ugh. 23 seconds left. Timeout South. Thought I saw him go. No, I guess not.
Crusaders going for the upset on the Panthers' home court.
Can you believe this?
Philibert hits the first one. He makes it a 3-point game. He could make it a 4-point game right now if he hits this free throw.
Timeout. They're going to make him freeze.
Yeah, sort of like the timeout they call before the field goal kicker goes to work in the NFL. We have a timeout here between free throws. The Crusaders are very excited about the potential dramatic turnaround win on the higher seeds home court that would allow them to advance and take on number 1 seed North on Saturday. And it looks very promising for Memorial right now, especially with 1 free throw to go that could put them up by 4.
And the thing that makes it promising is the fact that your best 3-point shooter and top scorer is absolutely gassed.
And he had an ankle issue a minute ago.
Yeah, so his spring off the floor for any of his shots from long range isn't going to be very good.
Probably not the greatest time to bring this up, but DJ Frechette's career will not end tonight. He is a junior for Nashua South. Much to our delight. No matter what happens in this tournament, we get to
see him
watch
again next year,
season.
that's for sure.
It is a 4-point game.
But will we see him again coming up later this week?
The next 20 seconds will decide it.
It'll take a
Janeo
miracle, though.
fading, can't get it to fall.
Nope. Push out of bounds for the foul.
And back to the free throw line go the Crusaders. The wheels have come off for South at the worst possible time here in the 4th quarter, where they led by 10 going into the 4th. No more. Paul Rodolph, who wears the number 5, can make that number the lead, and he does. The Crusaders up by 5 points as Rodolph gets his 2nd free throw. Makes them, no, yeah, he made them both. Rattled around, but it went in. Janeo down court. Frechette's got to shoot it.
Nope.
No good. And back to the free throw line will go the Crusaders, and they know the game is in the books.
Whoa, whoa, a little gesturing to the crowd.
Not good.
I think they just teed him.
Yeah, they should. Unnecessary.
I think they just teed number 5 for his gesture to the fans. Paul Rodolph, the 5'11" junior. Yeah, you can tell by the look on Jack Quirk's face.
That's about the, whoa. Why is he going to the line?
Well, because that was a foul call.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah, there was a foul call, yeah.
Because it's a technical, there's no possession play. So he can miss, and it still goes back down the other way to South for the free throws and the possession. Not a smart move on his part, because that just opens up a door for a possible miracle comeback.
Yeah, unnecessary.
You're giving him free points. It's Frechette, who's got 29 already. He's going for 31 if he can get it. He's got 30.
DJ to shoot his second free throw on a technical foul called against Rowe.
And now he's got 31.
31 points for DJ Frechette. And yet, South finding themselves frustrated.
Air ball by Frechette.
Foul called.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took contact. He did take contact. He's talking about it now. You know, Memorial goes for the block in that situation.
You gotta
Not
back
a
off.
smart move.
They
made contact and they didn't whistle that one.
They're lucky they didn't get the call.
They really should have, actually, because that was not good basketball by Memorial, but they were able to get away with it because not only did the contact probably throw Frechette off on a very difficult three-pointer. You know, wasn't easy to make even without the contact, but he could have had 3 free throws right there.
Well, that free throw seals it.
Manuel Alessandro at the line. He will get to play another game here in this tournament.
Yep, in and out.
Penkela has it, and that is it.
Do it. Oh, yeah, it counts.
Wow. Ryan Penkela's shot counts, and that just makes it hurt a little bit more.
It does, doesn't it?
A one-possession game in the end, 75-72. The Crusaders amazingly, stunningly upset the Panthers on their home court to eliminate them from the Division I tournament.
You know, Nate Mazerall sent something with those easy buckets by Memorial in the third quarter late that started them going, got their offense on track on that left side of the floor, and South couldn't stop it. And they couldn't get going offensively because that guy, number 12, was getting a lot of platitudes from the Memorial team, just was too tired to rescue his team, Nashua South. For the second year in a row, the Panthers on their home floor get ousted in the first round of the Division I state tournament.
The good news for Memorial, they have an upset win in the tournament. The bad news, they got to play North next. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins, thanking Frank Wallen, our cameraman, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. It's a Memorial victory. Thank you for watching, and good night from Nashua High South, everybody.